Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen drama this time. I've been seeing the same article pop up on websites and Reddit over the last couple of days. Backer sues Star Citizen for $4,500 and loses. It's basically the gist of the articles. So let's talk about that and Star Citizen's refund policy. A backer, Firefly212, took CIG to court for $4,500, but the case was dismissed by the judge, partly based on Star Citizen's current terms of service, which say you can't take them to court for arbitration. The backer argued that his pledges were made before the new terms of service, and that they are bound by the old ones, which Star Citizen's terms of service would actually agree with him. These terms of service, TOS, do not affect any transaction made before its effective date. All prior transactions are governed by the TOS in effect on the date of such transactions. However, he made the pledges on his account since then, and after a new clause was added binding him to that TOS. From the dispute section of the TOS, informal negotiations to expedite resolution and control the cost of any dispute, controversy or claim related to these terms of service or any other RSI terms, dispute. You and RSI agree to first attempt to negotiate any dispute, except those disputes expressly provided below, informally for at least 30 days before initiating any court proceeding. Such informal negotiations commence upon written notice from one party to another. If you and RSI are unable to resolve a dispute through informal negotiations, either you or RSI may elect to have the dispute, except those expressly excluded below, finally and exclusively resolved by binding arbitration. Any election to arbitrate by one party shall be final and binding on the other. You understand and hereby agree that you hereby waive the right to sue in court and have a jury trial. This clause has actually been part of the TOS since August 29th, 2013, and it was literally only the first TOS from the 10th of October 2012 that didn't have it. Firefly made 61 pledges to Star Citizen since 2013. The terms of service are not retroactive, but the majority of those pledges came after the TOS was changed. Firefly tried to get his money back, and there is certainly nothing wrong with that. People want their money back or they don't like something, there's no reason not to ask. One of the reasons he stated is that he has MS and would actually find it hard to play now. The scope of the game has changed into something he didn't like, and progress has been slow. He contacted Star Citizen's customer service department originally, asking for a refund, but he felt that they kept him waiting for too long after the initial contact, a month of waiting for someone to actually review his account. So he sent them a demand that he would sue if it hadn't got resolved by the 29th of June, and that's why this all occurred. So what is Star Citizen's refund policy? Star Citizen's terms of service provide a 14-day refund period, but CIG's actual company policy is to allow a 30-day no questions asked refund for each individual pledge. Outside of that window, they do still consider requests for refunds in exceptional cases, but it's case by case, and it's generally regarded that those funds have been allocated to development of the game outside of that window, and that those funds are seen as a pledge or donation after that period as well. For sake of comparison, Steam's refund policy is if you request a refund within 2 weeks of purchase and you have less than 2 hours of playtime. So compared to Steam's, that's actually pretty good. Star Citizen gets an interesting amount of flack and some odd erratic coverage in the media, including lots of people faking refunds, people faking reviews, people faking lots of odd things about the game to try and create stories about it. And this, in my opinion, is just a case of CIG and Star Citizen adhering to their refunds policy and asserting it, in my opinion, anyway. It's important to remember that if you do purchase something and change your mind, make sure that you've contacted the customer support department within 30 days of your purchase. But I would say, don't back Star Citizen with anything more than a $45 starter package. And even then, only if you're comfortable with being part of the project as it is now. That is that they are trying to get backers to help shape the game by testing mechanics, reporting bugs, providing ideas, and sometimes prioritizing tasks. And at this stage, it's very much akin to a very, very early access game. Everything is going to be obtainable in-game once the game goes live, but there's a lot of flux with Star Citizen, and it's going to take a long time to get to a stage that it's going to be a sit-down-and-play experience that's more mainstream for people. I think at least 2 years before we see a beta personally, with Squadron 42 Episode 1, the single-player bit, coming out before that. There is certainly nothing wrong with requesting a refund, but if you're outside that window, don't expect to get one. It is a shame that Firefly didn't get the game he had envisioned. I find it odd, though, that this was given the amount of attention by media outlets that it did get. The other thing I find odd is typically with these older accounts, they're worth a lot on the grey market on Reddit. Some of the issues that Star Citizen faces is its open development and the way it raises money, which is certainly a double-edged sword. But please feel free to share your opinions in the comments below and be reasonable and respectable of other people's opinions. I understand that some people are going to be incredibly pro-consumer, whereas other people are going to be more capitalist and look at CIG asserting their rights as fair as well. So just please be reasonable to each other. Be sure to check out Shadow. It's a cloud-based alternative to getting or upgrading your gaming PC. It allows you to leverage the power of a GeForce 1080 at the moment and a powerful Windows 10 PC on almost any device, so long as your internet connection is good enough. It works with Star Citizen Alpha 3.2, and with 3.3 coming in September, with object container streaming, it's only going to get better. Shadow is available in France, Germany, United States, United Kingdom, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Switzerland. If you do try it out, be sure to use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. Links to more info in the description below. If you enjoyed this video or my content, then please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. If you want to support my channel even further, also consider becoming a Patreon, which will give you a more direct way of poking me, asking me questions, and suggesting videos and topics, along with sometimes early videos and exclusive content. Thank you so much to my Patreons as well. It's because of you that it allows me to do what I do. I've got lots and lots and lots planned over the next few weeks. Every month we do have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Drake salvage ship, the Vulture, with an upgrade to a Prospector as well if you so desire. Donated by Forgotten Heralds, a lawful private military org focused on in-game training and operations that they run regularly now in-game. They're going to be very heavily focused on contracts in the future as well. So that's going to be both doing like sets of missions and stuff when the game's in a more playable state, but also lots of contracts with other player organizations. They are very active and friendly, being appropriate for veterans and new players alike. Check them out below for lots and lots of information, including a spotlight if you are interested. To be in for a chance of winning that Vulture though, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos during this month. Each video gives you another chance to win.